Hey, everybody, welcome back to Starkey Formstead. For some reason, they have my chat capability turned off on this live. Let me see if I can troubleshoot that, friends and family of the internet, because I want you guys to be able to, you know, come sit down and have a conversation with me. But it looks like you're not going to be able to chat in this live. Go figure. And I came on a second ago, saw that message, popped out, and was like, I am not going to allow that. But again, they've got the chat totally disabled on my end, and I don't know why. And I don't know how to fix it. So as you come on, hit the like button. If you can leave a comment, please pop over and try to leave a comment. Like I said, that is not my doing. It says, sorry, live chat is currently unavailable. Whatever that's supposed to mean. But please hit the like button. Make sure you are subscribed. Let me tell you why what is happening in this country. These are the topics we're fixing to cover. Project Mockingbird, real fast. I'm going to show you what the Democrats are doing. I'm going to show you how they're turning the Democrat Party into legitimately a communist terrorist organization, much like Hamas. Then I'm going to show you some information about supposed active duty military at these events and how that is all lies. Again, they have the live chat disabled for this live. That is not on my end. I do not understand why they're doing it. I apologize. It's just another propaganda arm of those who control everything. Guys, just let you know, we have a newsletter and a Zoom that goes with our Starkey Farmstead. You can send $1 and get added to it. You just have to make sure I have your email address in memo.
Between news and propaganda. News is when you actually learn something new insights, new opinions, whatever. Propaganda is the same message over and over and over again, shoved down your fucking throat. Like this.
The one thing that I will not forgive them for is their try to steal the joy from this country.
The joy felt by Americans backing the Harris-Walz ticket. We are joyful warriors. Being joyful is part of the American identity.
The joy factor. Campaign of joy. You're talking about radical joy.
It is downright joyful.
It looks like a joyous rally. It looks like a joyous occasion.
A real zeal and joy in the campaign.
The joy that you're bringing back to the country.
Joyful, exuberant rally.
Thank you for bringing back the joy.
Power of joy.
Hope and joy.
Something incredibly joyful.
She does it all with a sense of joy.
Joy. Joy. Joy.
Joy.
Joy.
Joy. Joy.
Joy. Joy.
Joy. Joy.
Imagine that. American politics. Joyful again.
You're watching the Kramer Says Project.
Tell the difference between news and propaganda.
That should concern you. That should not only concern you, it should give you an eye-opener into something called Project Mockingbird. So Project Mockingbird was something that the CIA implemented overseas in the 1940s, and then they brought it to America in the 1960s, and it was pro-government propaganda. And they did that, and they did that through the Vietnam War because so many people had, bad feelings about it, folks. They didn't want that war to happen. So Project Mockingbird was basically the taking over of American news media outlets, radio, TV, newspapers, and giving the same message repeatedly to brainwash people. Now, this one's even more disturbing.
And if that hate is allowed to fester long enough, it will turn into desperation, which then leads into violence. What I'm saying is eventually, all of the Democratic supporters will get to a point where they feel like the unaliving of Trump, the cabinet, and all of their supporters will be the saving of America. And the Democratic Party knows that if they continue to spread fear and confusion and chaos, that their constituents will eventually become chaotic. They will become rioters. They will become terrorists. And we're seeing that more and more each day. This is what they want. People like Harry Sisson and Aaron Parnes are being paid to turn the Democratic supporters into terrorists. At some point, they will feel like the unaliving of MAGA, of anybody who supports Trump, would be a positive thing for America. This is where they're going. This is how demented this party is. The Democratic Party is America's Hamas. God bless.
Let that sink in. The Democrat Party is America's Hamas. Now, if you're watching this after the live ends, please drop in comments how you feel about that statement. Tell me if you also believe that. Do you believe what this young man is saying? That the rhetoric that they're spreading is so bad for America? Please hit that like button, folks. Now, I did a short earlier showing you and telling you that the military has told their active duty members, their reservists, their National Guard, and their regular military that it is your First Amendment right to protest. It absolutely is. The military has already said that. They told my son that. But out of the same breath, out of the same mouth, they said FAFO. Do not do it in your military uniform. But I want to show you the propaganda that the left uses and the way that this younger generation just thinks everything they see on TikTok is true.
Here, I'm in Kansas state capital. It's a beautiful building, not gonna lie. Some beautiful monuments around here, some beautiful flowers. But yeah, I'm here protesting peacefully. I'm the only one so far. So if my Topeka friends want to pull up, that would be great. That would be great. If I'm the only one, it's fine. I'll do it. But shit, it'd be nice to have somebody else at least. Fuck.
And I'm sorry about the language. That is just this generation. There's nothing I can do. They cannot have a conversation that is not speckled with profanity. That's why this is an adult channel. Can I get an amen? Now, this person, the name is Kansas Wake Up on TikTok, is obviously wants to be a boy. That's all I'm going to say. Now, they are claiming that they are at a No Kings rally that nobody else is at in Kansas City at the state capitol. Propaganda. Remember, I told you these No King protests were not as big as they wanted you to believe. Let me show you something else. This is them also.
As long as I'm alive, I don't care. They can put me in jail. I don't care. Because whoever comes into the next administration is going to put me out of jail immediately. Because I'm not a criminal. I didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, I protested in uniform. Boo fucking who? I took an oath, and I took it personally. I took it to heart to protect the American citizens, not a dictator, not a tyrannist. But if you guys, want to keep commenting, that's fine. I really don't care. I'm just clearing the air on here. I just don't care. So this is the last time I'm going to clarify. I really don't give a fuck. I know they're probably going to use it. All right. I see that y'all are still on my...
They are claiming, this person, that the military is going to come for them and it's going to take them away because they protested in uniform. The truth is that this person got discharged from the Army May 15th of 2025. This woman got discharged May 15th, but in June, she's wearing a uniform outside the Kansas City building, Capitol building, saying, I'm at a No Kings protest in uniform, and then gets on TikTok and says, it's okay. They're going to come get me. The military's going to punish me. But she's not even in the military anymore. She forgot that her timeline could be looked at. So when you went back and looked at her timeline, it says, I got kicked out for mental health. I got honorably discharged, but I did piss hot too. In other words, she was a drug addict. that dropped dirty on a urine specimen, and the military discharged her May 15th, 2025. But in June, she's claiming she's still in the military at a No Kings protest. Folks, you got to be careful. Everything you're looking at is propaganda at this point. It is part of Project Mockingbird. All right, we're in it 10 minutes and 40 seconds. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to shut this live down and try to come back and see if I can't get the chat capabilities going. So you guys come right back. We'll see what we can do. God bless America. Love you guys. Make sure you are still subscribed. And please sign up for our newsletter and come to our Zooms.